Incredible evening, everyone. Incredible evening. How are you guys doing? Incredible greetings if you are watching this anytime outside of February 21st, 2023. Um, in the evening. If you're watching this the next morning, incredible afternoon, incredible greetings, everyone. So, in this live video, I'm going to do a demo or just show what happens when you press HTV to something that has been sublimated. This was a question that I got from someone who um, is a longtime student of mine, and she's wanting to venture into unknown territories, and she got a request. And for those who have rock with me, I'll gladly, if I can, squeeze it in, try and do a full-on demo to give her as well as you guys a detailed look at, like, just a detailed example of what that looks like. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have wondered on whether or not you can add sublimation, you can add HTV to something that has been sublimated. And there's going to be different times where this may be warranted. In this particular case, it is due to the fact that um, these are shirts that were already done. They are cut and sew sublimation, and they now need names put on the back. The names were not originally a part of the design, and they've asked her, and they requested of her if she's able to put names on the back. So some of you are, maybe thinking, well, why not just kind of do it within the design? Why would you want to, use HTV with sublimation? This is one of those cases, and the reasons why we would do sublimation or add HTV to sublimation for something like this. But you have to be very, very careful with it because contrary to what a lot of people may think, most HTVs really are like, I'm not going to say they're like translucent, because it's kind of like opaque, and you see a solid color. But truly, if you have something underneath, you're going to actually see that color come through. And with sublimation, it can actually do what's called dye migration, and the actual gases or ink will bleed through. So I'm going to give you guys a full demo of what that looks like in case you ever get this question, and you'll be able to educate your customers, say yay or nay. If it's something that you want to do, this will kind of also help you understand, like, maybe how you have to adjust your pricing and things like that if you decide to do this. If this is something that you are interested in, be sure to stick around. We're going to get right into it. If you're watching the playback of this, just give us a moment. This is a live broadcast, and I do have to share this out as well. But in the meantime, between time, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to check the subscribe button to see if you are subscribed to our platforms, or if you follow us, make sure you also turn your notifications to all or see first if you're watching over on Facebook, so that you don't miss whenever I go live. All right. Just if you guys would just give me just a moment, I'm going to share this out. Let's go share. And all right, so we shared it there. Let's go ahead and share this again. Again, hello, and welcome to everyone who probably has just jumped on. I'm going to do a live demo of HTV onto a sublimation print so that you guys can see how the sublimation ink or gases will affect your final press if you're putting HTV on, and whether or not it can actually be done. Has anyone who is watching, or even if you're, I can't say if you're watching live, even if you're watching the playback of this one, go ahead and type in hashtag replay or hashtag playback to let me know that you're watching the playback of this. And then drop another comment to let me know whether or not you have ever tried sublimating on top, adding HTV on top of a sublimation print. Let me know if you've ever done it and how it worked out for you. Okay, we are all shared out. So let's get into it. All right. So let's see what we have here. Incredible evening, incredible evening. Thank you. Oh, I did. Hopefully my mom called and let y'all know I did forget to call folks. No, I was back home. So hello. Yes, we made it safely. The boys enjoyed their trip. MJ's ears. See, how was the flight back home? It was pretty good. A little rough. Zani Money kept saying, it's shaky. And MJ's ears actually popped this time. It didn't do the first time. So he cried the last part of it. He's going to kick my butt for saying that because it was really hurting him. So he experienced his ears popping and he didn't like that feeling the second time. He's like, I don't like this. But all in all, it was great. Of course, as you can see, we made it home safely. Incredible evening. I was wondering if Sublimation ink would bleed through the HTV, especially if it's a light color. Okay. Hey. So we've never tried that. I got an opportunity to meet one of you guys in Atlanta. So thank you so much for driving an hour to come see me. Hello. Incredible evening and incredible evening. All right, so we're gonna get into this. I have a shirt that I can do this on. Oh, actually, I can also do it on this other sash that I did that kind of got messed up. I'm trying to think which one do I want to put this on. But I have a sash here, and this is just a regular sash. It's satin, and if you don't know, you can make custom sashes with sublimation. So I'm just going to put a piece of it on the back of this and just show you guys how that's going to come out. All right. So I am Shakia, the professor of HS Ink 365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of sublimation paper and ink. If you don't know, with our sublimation paper, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds, and you get vibrant colors, especially those blacks, just using plain paper, bright white set to high. You don't necessarily have to use premium matte, which is going to take a longer time to print, and it's going to utilize more ink. So if you have not checked out our products, definitely visit shop.hsink365.com to check out the Honestly Speaking line of sublimation paper, as well as our sublimation ink, which is in 140 milliliter bottles. They are keyed for the EcoTank printers, but you can also use syringes and needles and put them into cartridges. All right. Also, we are the home of 365 Creative Academy, where I help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of trainings, everything from how to use your silhouette cameo, which we do have a class tonight. If you're watching this and you want to join us for silhouette first cuts, that is tonight, the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just go to our website and enroll in that. We do Silhouette Studio, just learning the basics of it. We teach designing. We have business trainings to get you set up on like the admin and logistics side of your business. We teach Shopify. So there's a lot of great resources over on our Academy site. So be sure to go ahead and check that out. All right. So let's get into this because I do have a class tonight. All right. I have here a couple of different small strips of HTV. So I have a yellow, I have a blue, I have a white. I'm not doing like a full-on design because this is just to show you how it will look once it is pressed. I'm missing one piece, which where's my black? Okay, let me grab that. I'm just going to cut a piece of this black. I'm going to cut that white up, and then where is my glitter? I had a piece of glitter HTV over here, and now I don't see it. Oh, here you go. It fell on the floor. Oh, Jesus. So we're going to cut a little snippet of that. So you get a couple of different ranges of colors, and these are all just regular HTV. I believe they're all Caesar, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe they're all Caesar. but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But here it is a solid color, right? On the back. This one does have white. A lot of people think that this gives you dye migration block, but it doesn't. And then of course, just white. Black is black. And then we have our white glitter HTV. Okay. I did a little press, and I'll show you the difference on those. I'm actually going to do this on a couple different items. I'm going to do it on here first because it'll probably be a little bit easier for you to see the color. And then I'm going to show you some items where you would see the design really, really come through. All right. So again, if you guys have not done so, please give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps with the algorithm and it helps with distributing the video. So give the video a thumbs up. Drop it just a hey. So if you, all of you guys who are watching right now, if you can just drop a comment and just say hey, or let me know where you are watching from, that would be greatly appreciated. Tag a friend or hit that share button and share it to either your group or a group that you are part of that needs information such as this. So we're going to go right into this. You always want to, of course, protect your heat press. Now with this one, I am using a, just a sash. Technically with this one, I don't have to still want something on the bottom to protect the sides. But if you have a heat press where you can thread it, you can do that as well so that it's like not pressing the other side as well. But you always want to protect your heat press. Remember that whenever you reheat sublimation ink, it is going to gas off again, right? So that can get on your bottom platen, that can get on your top platen. So you want to put a protective sheet down. So even though you're using, honestly speaking, sublimation paper, you should still have butcher paper and parchment paper, at your disposal, because there are going to be times where you are going to need it. We don't necessarily need it for the top if everything is, covered and not exposed, but there will be times. So make sure that you guys do keep parchment paper or butcher paper on hand. So we want to put that down to protect the bottom platen. And then you're going to need a piece for the top because there is exposed sublimation ink. Even though we're going to press this at a lower temperature, the ink will still gas off again and it can get on your heat press. And the next time you go press something, it can end up on that. So please make sure that you protect your equipment. All right, so now we have this piece. Like I said, that's just going to be to cover this up so that the exposed ink does not affect the top platen. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And I'm just going to lay these on here. Just so that you can see what happens. All right. So I'm just going to put a piece of white, glitter, yellow, and blue. Wait, is that the right way? Yes, it is. Okay. Only because I have the, what's this thing called? The glitter on there, it was set to like 320. Yeah, 320 is what this, 320, 325, somewhere in there. I'm going to go to the full press time of 10 seconds. I'm going to give this a little bit more pressure because it was set for regular HTV, regular sublimation, which I don't use a lot of pressure. And we're going to go ahead and press this, probably a little bit too much pressure. I could have come down on that pressure a little bit. So we're going to let that press for 10 seconds. When you're doing this, what you don't want to do is you don't want to over sublimate. The longer you press it, the more you're going to see that color come through. Okay, so this one, I probably should have done it on. You may not see the glue through it. Now that I think about it, this isn't really a design where you're going to probably see it come through, but it's there. You know what? Let's do it this way. Where is the one that I did before? I was trying not to do this one because it is from someone's order, but this one, you can see it, but I don't think it's going to come off on camera the way I want it to. So I'm going to show it to you from here. So this is a yellow, a white, and then there is the glitter. The glitter, for you guys, you may not see it, but I can see the edge of the rose, and I can see the letters of the name through there. And over time, it can come through even more. But I'm going to kind of hold this up right here for you guys to see how you can see her clothes coming through there. On the white one, you can see the face. So you can clearly see it on there. I don't think you guys are going to see the name and the rose on the glitter, like parts of the letters. I don't think you got, well, you can see a little bit of the rose. See it right there? Well, the top of that opening. That's actually purple coming through. So this one showed it a little bit better because of the way the design was. On this one, you can see it, well, at least I can see it from this side, but not as much as the other one, to where I can see the blue coming through a little bit, but this wasn't like a very detailed. That's why I said I'm going to also do it on the shirt, and I can somewhat see it come through on that one, but you guys probably can't see it as much. The blue, not so much, because it is blue. Let me just put this on this shirt. I'm going to thread my shirt so that I don't have to worry about the back side of this. So I'm just going to thread my shirt on here. All right. So we're going to put the white. Let's do the yellow. Oh, I have a pink over here. Let's do this as well. Since her nails are pink, let's do that right there. Let's do a blue right there. And where's my glitter? Let's do the glitter over that one. And my cover sheet. What happened to my cover sheet? Don't know. Here it is. We're going to cover this up. Too much pressure. There we go. No, meaning when I was testing a design, it was the samples of their print. But it was someone that passed. So I didn't really necessarily want to show it. All right, so this one, you're going to really be able to see it. And that was only 10 seconds at 325 degrees. So here is the pink one, and you can clearly see her hands through it. HTV is actually somewhat translucent, if you guys did not know. So I'm going to take off the carrier sheet. So you can clearly see her hands. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. I'm trying to hold it in my hand. So you can see her hands through there. Here's the yellow one. And it's actually showing up a lot more pronounced than it is on camera for you guys, like in person. So again, that's without the carrier sheet. That's the yellow one. The blue, I mean, it is a darker color. So you're not going to see as much through this one. But I can see the impression, but you guys probably won't see as much of the design through the blue one. Here is the white one. And you can clearly see the background through there. And then the glitter one. And it's a little bit, but not too much. If I had to press this again, you would definitely see it. I mean, I'm not sure if it's my eyes playing tricks on me because I can see where the letters are supposed to be going. So it's like it's my eyes are kind of filling in the blanks. I can somewhat see it, but I feel like it's because I'm looking at the letters and then going up. You can see it a little bit, but not how you see these. All right. And over time with washing and things like that, it can come through, it will come through even more. Now, there is something called Sublimation, which this is printable HTV, right? If you wanted to just use this as white, you could use this as just a white transfer. And it has dye block on the back side of it. And dye block will prevent the sublimation ink from gassing off and coming through. So I'm going to put this right. I'm going to put it right underneath because that has some of the ATL part. Actually, here, let's put one above and one below. Oh, wait. I almost made a big boo-boo. This is printed on printable. So the back side is the carrier sheet. The front side is the print side. So we're going to take the carrier sheet, well, take the backing off of it because if not, it's not going to stick. The adhesive side is covered before you cut it and mask it onto the carrier sheet. All right, come on now. I know I don't have nails, but still. Taking too long. All right. So we're going to put that. Oh, wait. First, let me thread my shirt again. You see it on the glitter? HTV in of itself is technically kind of sheer. This is just regular HTV. Oh, I forgot. But that's not pressure paper. So once I press this again, and this is why it's important to use the proper settings and to pretty much get it to press down, have the right pressure, the right temp and time the first time, because by me pressing this a second time, you're going to see that image come through even more on these pieces of HTV. So now on the glitter one, you really, really can see through it. So you see? Because it was pressed for 20 seconds now. Most of you guys like to overpress when you're pressing HTV. If you're going to do it on top of sublimation, you really have to kind of press it at the recommended temperature and time and pressure. Because now with 20 seconds, you can really see that. And that was only at 325 degrees. So look at those. Way more defined now with that ink coming through. We go over to the white side and you can see that in the middle, but those two on the top and bottom are pure white because they have a dye block. So it's called Sublimation. It is made for eco-solvent printers to be able to print to it. And that way, when you put it on something that has been sublimated, nothing will come through. If you wanted to just use white HTV, you can cut that. You still have to have masking for it. But you can just cut it. Don't mirror it. You would just cut it as is. And then you can press that. If you needed something in white on a sublimation shirt, you can cut that out and press it to it. You don't have to have an eco-solvent printer to use the dye block if you need to put a name on the back of something in white. Now, what you can also do, it's kind of double. It's probably better for you just to get this one because it has the black on it. But you can take, I'm going to put this, let's put it right, let's put it right here by the city. And then let me grab a piece of white. All right. Again, I'm going to thread this. I'm going to put this black right here. Cover this up with my cover sheet to protect my heat press from the exposed sublimation. I'm going to give that a quick tap for that black. And then we're going to take off the carrier sheet on this. Of course, it's not going to come through black. Come on now. Okay. And then we're going to put that, and I'm going to press that. No doubt you can definitely see the image of the glitter now. So, oops, let me take the carrier sheets off. Of course, we don't see any of the image through there because we put the black base underneath, and that kind of was that block because you're putting it on top of black. So if you wanted to do it as a 2-layer and putting black underneath and then putting your color on top. Now, for some reason on my camera, you can't really tell. Well, if I hold it back here, I feel like you can tell the difference. So with the white, it's going to appear like, it's going to still be a good white. But if you put other colors, so the reason why I put the pink on the side was for you guys to see the difference in, come on now, fix yourself. The difference in the color. So you see the one on the white, it is brighter than the one that's on the black because this shows that vinyl is translucent. So that black is going to affect the final output of whatever color you put on top. So it won't be like that true color of that vinyl. You always only get true colors if you press to white because it is a neutral base. Whenever you press to any color, even if it's a cotton shirt, you're going to get a little bit of that color of that shirt. It's going to affect, like coming through the vinyl, it's going to affect the color just a little bit, okay? So the reason why I did this was I have someone who has a client that already had shirts made up. They were cut and sew sublimation shirt. I'm trying to find my son's uniform shirt that I always show, but it was a cut and sew shirt. So it's already, oh, here it is. So let's say, like, when my son was on this team, if I wanted to put his name on it, I would not just be able to put HTV to the back of this because they already created this. But if I wanted to personalize it, because this is the shirt they gave the entire team, right? If I wanted to personalize this, I would have to either, like if I wanted it in color, I would have to use Eco Solvent Prints on Subly Thin, but it's going to be more of a matte color. It's not going to be glossy or shiny. Or I can just cut the Subly Thin and just make it where I put his name or his number in white. If I wanted it in pink, that black will show through that pink and it will change the color a little bit. So there might be times where a customer has something that has been pre-made and it is sublimation and, or it's not going to be sublimation. If it is colored polyester, it's going to be the same exact situation. So if they have that and they want their name on it, when you have a design, you just so happen to see the design through it more. When it is a solid color, you're not going to necessarily see the design through it as much because it's a solid color, but it's going to affect the final, like the way it looks. So if it's solid, not so bad. If it's white and it's something that's black, it's going to start to look grayish, right? If it's something that's red and you put white vinyl, if you put Jet Pro 3G, if you put regular color print easy, it's going to turn pink. So you have to have a dye block vinyl in order to press it to anything that's been sublimated or to colored polyester. All right. No, this does not have an auto open feature. They do have a auto open, but it is the air. So you have to have an air compressor to it for this style. It's the Fusion IQ. They do have an auto open one, but it's just a regular clamshell. So for the hybrid like this, it is that Fusion Air, and you have to have an air compressor. I'm not showing, or you shouldn't, but what happens if you do, like, because sometimes a customer may request that. So you can do it, just maybe not with certain colors. You would have to order prints that have the dye migration on the back. So let's say you did want to have a pink. It's not going to be that bright pink like that, but you can order. Like, so if you wanted us to print out a sheet of blue onto Subly Thin, we can do that for you. And all you have to do is just cut it like a regular cut and then apply it to your sublimation shirts. Okay. I don't even know where I put that thing at, the Subly Thin one. I don't know what I did with it that quick. Don't know what I did with it. Don't want the dye block, but let me see. Is this one? Nope, that's not it. That's a regular one. Let's see. You don't have to use, you can actually put HTV onto white polyester shirts as well. I've done that. Especially when it comes like to the glitter HTV. So not necessarily say that it has to be cotton, but it's just showing that if you got that request, this is what happens. And you can help, hopefully this helps you communicate it to your customers if they're wanting a colored vinyl on top of it. And if you have to order a pre-printed, like just flood it with color Subly Thin, you have to charge more for it. They'll understand why. And really, how many people know this or would have even thought that it would be an issue? Probably not many. That's why I did this one, because it did come up. She asked the question. So I said, I really want to show this because it's not something that people really, really talk about. I've talked about it somewhat when it comes to pressing to colored polyester, but not on something that has been sublimated. All right. So if there are no other questions, I'm going to get out of here. Got to prepare for class tonight. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity, be incredible, and don't forget to visit our website, shop.hsinc365.com. That is where you're going to find our entire line of Honestly Speaking products. That is also where you're going to find access to our classes. We do offer Sezzle on the website. So we do have cartridges for the old school workforces. We have the cartridges for the new ones, as well as the replacement chips, which will be back in stock really soon. And of course, all of our ink is keyed for EcoTinks, whether it's sublimation or pigment ink. And like I said, you can check out our classes as well. Our heat tape is absolutely phenomenal. It is non-staining, non-marking, and we have it in sizes that range from 1/2 inch all the way up to 6 inches. So check that out on the website, shop.hsink365.com. Until next time, peace.